All right. Let me hit record on this bad boy. Let me get everything going. Hey, Chris, buddy, old pal, can I make you a co-host? And can you see if there's anybody in the waiting room and just add them because this waiting room is stuck?
Gotcha.
Thank you, sir. All right, let me get to it. Man, it's a lot. It is a lot. You guys are doing so much. Welcome to the Agency of Valor weekly master team Zoom. We got a ton going on. Let's get to it here. All right. 4th week of June. Y'all did $122,526.78. 45 riders in a week with 40 riders. And here we go. I'm going first names because there's too many people. David with 1, Michael with 1, Daphne, first time rider, 1 app, Michelle, first time rider with 1, Brooklyn with 1, Emmeline, first time rider, I like it, I'm gonna go with it, 1 app, if that's wrong, please correct me, David with 1, Brad with 1, Carmen 1, Charmaine 1, Crystal 1, Jennifer with 1, Brandy 1, another Michael with 1, AK with 1, Amber with 1, another Michael with 1. We gotta get some more Michaels in here apparently because we do not have enough. Ashley with 1, Meredith with 1, Denise, first time rider, 1 app and a great 1 apper. Christopher with 1, Chris with 1 app. If you're gonna do 1, we always say that's the one that you want. $18,762.05. Y'all, that was an IUL. There's some big apps in IULs and annuities. Nicole with 2, Kent with 2, Aaron 2, Patrick with 2, Israel with 2, Patrick again, different one, 2, Christopher with 2, Ariel with 2, Marcellus with 2, Raynor with 2, Courtney 2, Holton 2, David with 2, Megan with 2 great ones there, Megan, Andrea with 3, April with 3, Andrew with 3, Melissa with 3, Karen with 3, Michael again, another Michael with 3, Evan with 4, Brittany with 5, and then leading the way, 8 apps. You're going to get both names. Michael Matthews, 11,267.28. Absolutely stellar job. Here's the thing. I know y'all are capable of more than this, which is so cool. I think you're doing amazing. Like, this is mind-blowing stuff. But when I see so many people with 1 app, I just know you're capable of more. Because I remember when these 8 appers over here, these 5 appers, 4, these 3 appers, I remember when it was like fighting to get 1. That's the cool thing that I love seeing about this. And it is dispersed all over the place. Check out our weekend warriors here. We've got David, Michelle, Emmeline, Andrea, Brandon, Jennifer, Wes, Dylan, Megan, April, Michael, Raynor, Meredith, Michael, and Will. Just great job over the weekend. That's Friday to Sunday. And I just want you guys to know, like, we promote this because I love the weekend. I love taking it easy. I love getting to the pool. But what I realized for me was if I could get just 1 app on a Saturday, just 1, the momentum that brought me into the rest of the week, both just in getting business, but mentally, and this is me, all I can do is speak to me, but what it mentally did for my momentum going into the next week was huge. That it was, man, I would fight and crawl and do anything I could to get an app on Saturday because I knew it was setting me up for that following week to be great. So just that's why we promote this, because we know what it can do for you guys. So great job, Weekend Warriors. Check this out. We've got this embedded link now. We're getting all fancy. Can y'all see this okay? We got the wheel that popped up. Anybody guesses? Okay, thank you. All right, we're going to spin the wheel. Let's spin it 3 times because we had so many apps come in. Let's see what we got going on for the Weekend Warriors. Ooh, what's that? What is that? Oh, wait a minute. Does that make sense? Michael McMiniman? It did take over. Wow, I didn't see it there.
Hey, Marty, we can't see the wheel. We just
you can see
the Wheel of Fortune.
I was all excited. Listen, I was enjoying it, just to let y'all know. All right, can you see it now? All right. Well, Michael McMiniman, it ticked over just to you. Is Michael on here?
Of course.
Of course he is. Great job, sir. Is there anybody you'd like to thank for your win here?
my wife for supporting me through this whole crazy thing.
And we're recording that. You can share it with her later. Good man, good man. All right, let's spin it again. See what we got. It's Weekend Warriors. All right, Jennifer, are you on here? I'm flipping through my list. I don't see her. All right, got to be present to win. Let's spin it.
I'm on. I'm
Oh,
here.
you are? Oh,
I'm
hold
here.
on.
I just
Awesome.
don't have
Sorry,
my
it says
video on.
Jenny, not Jennifer. We're gonna do back-to-back winners on here. Jenny, is there anyone you'd like to thank?
Mike, he's awesome. I bother him all.
Perfect. All right, and then I was just stacking these up. Sorry, your name got me. I know Will Adair's on here. I see him. Mr. Adair, how are you?
Doing well, thank you.
All right. Anybody you'd like to thank out there for this amazing, incredible win, sir?
Yes, I'd like to thank the Academy, all the little people that took their parts, particularly the clients that decided to put their money into policies.
All right, we're cueing the music. Cut the mic. No, good job, buddy. Love it. All right, to all you winners out there, great job. So I am making actually, I don't think I have to do this, but I'm going to. All right, let's keep going back to our presentation. Yes, I did it. All right, and then our winners circle. These are people that submitted business and issued $3,000 in the week. So we got Karen Allen and Michael Matthews. Karen Allen, are you out there? We got you on the winner circle this week.
I'm here.
Yeah, you are. All right, you ready for this?
I'm ready. Hold on.
All right, let me cue up our new wheel. What are we looking for, Karen?
Lead credit, obviously.
A lead credit. Love it. You can see the wheel?
Yeah.
All right, listen, I like to overperform here. Let's see what we got. Well, $50 Venmo, you can do that.
Yay, thank you.
You are welcome. Awesome job. All right, Mr. One Team Matthews, are you out there?
Of course I am, sir.
All right, what are we looking for, buddy?
I'm donating my winnings, so hopefully lead credit for my agents.
All right, it's heading your way. See, told you it's coming. Oh, are we donating? It's hanging in there. Boom, $50 lead credit. I will have the powers that be get with you to see where you want to put that. All right.
Yes, sir.
All right, great job. Weekend Warriors and our winner's circle. Listen, submit an app Friday through Sunday. Get on Weekend Warriors. Issue $3,000 in a week. Get into the winner's circle. We love this stuff. We're trying to promote the things that help you guys win. All right, here is our Agency of Valor levels of leadership for June. We got the Valor Base Shop, 33 riders, 9 new riders, 9 agents with riders, $167,002. Smith Base Shop, 9 riders, 1 new rider, 1 agent with a rider, $45,033. Barnes Life Solutions, 20 riders, 7 new riders, 5 agents with riders, $106,662. And M3 Life Group, 15 riders, 5 new riders, 2 agents with riders, $110,598. Here's what I want you guys to kind of see in this. You see these agencies, these base shops hitting these kind of big numbers, and it's really cool. But there's also this piece of this when you see this bigger picture of you start to hit this critical mass where it's like, hey, it's time to kick out a leader. It's time to kick people out of the nest and get some agency owners. So Smith's just did it. I think Barnes Life Solutions just gave birth, and M3 Life Group and the Valor Base Shop, we gotta get smaller. Isn't that weird? Weird to say. I think it's been one of the very few times in this business we're like, hey, it's time to get a little bit smaller, because that means we're producing more leadership. But I can promise you this board is about ready to get a whole lot bigger in the months to come, and here really pretty darn soon. All right, Agency Valor levels of leadership that aren't AOs. We got our key leader, Wes Allen, 13 riders, 3 new riders, 2 of which are agents with riders, 88,839. Listen, give Wes and his team some encouragement, some love, some guidance, everything you possibly can. They are on a run. We got Clint Bedsall, 2 riders, 15,943. Scott Starling's probably wondering why he's still on this board, but we got to wait for things to be official. 8 riders, 3 new riders, 1 agent with a rider, 41,195. And our team leaders, Will Adair, 2 riders, 1 new rider, 1 agent with a rider, 7,558. Karen Allen, 3 riders, 1 new rider, 27,048. Britt Honeycutt with 4 riders, 1 new rider, 22,092. And George Captain, 4 riders, 3 new riders, 13,061. I like a little bit of good competition amongst the team leaders and the key leaders here. So let's go. It's getting kind of close over there. Let's see who's going to get to the next level first. And then leaders on the grow, Brooklyn McDermott with 10 riders, 17,193. Chris Murphy, 6 riders, 42,107. Big things happening there, obviously. Along with Michael McMiniman, 4 riders, 36,311. You just need a couple more, buddy. Brad Wenzel, 4 riders, 21,916. Melissa Yeager with 4 riders, 7,642. Holton with 3, 9,506. Jennifer Caldwell with 3, 6,669. April McCrimmon with 2, 6,306. Kayla McEwen with 1, 6,020. And Latasha Tolbert 1, 492. And Travis Green with 1, 321. This is the next generation, right? This is the up and comers. We always want to promote those that are doing the things that it takes to win. And then we got our leaders on the grow. Look at this. Sorry, I got things popping up here. Britt Honeycutt, we got 9 contracts returned for the month. Michael Matthews with 6. Myself, Chris Murphy, Karen Allen, Chris Smith, Dan Barnes, and Scott Starling with 2. George Cafton, Ryan Jones, Carl Schuster, Michael Holton, William, Melissa, Charmaine, Nojan, Wes, and Jennifer Williams, all with 1. We're at 39. Think we should be able to get that up to 50. I think there's a lot of people out there waiting for their licenses. A couple contracts returned, got to update banking info, but absolutely incredible job keeping that growth going. I can see this very soon hitting 70, 80, 90, even 100 contracts returned in the month, just because of what you guys are doing. Check this out. Our submit for the month is over 400,000. In fact, I think that you guys are on pace to hit 500,000 of submitted business for the month, 500,000 in a month. It's a 5-week turn-in, is a little skewed, but we've never done it. Not even in a 5-week, never even come close. This is a huge week for everybody. I love that we already smashed the goal, but that's kind of what you guys do all the time, is just smash these goals. So absolutely amazing, amazing job on all of this. Now, I harp on it all the time, but we got to get that issued numbers up. We need to have a huge week of issued. I know there's some big apps that are getting issued. I know there's a bunch of things that were kind of pushed out on draft dates, but I told this to the base shop. I'm sure y'all's own base shops told you this, but I have to emphasize it. Get that business issue. If it's floating around, if there's a form, there's a questionnaire, that if it's been sitting there for a couple of days and nothing's moving, call the carrier. Listen, you will call a carrier, talk to any veteran agent. This is what happens. Oh, it's just sitting there. I don't know. You call the carrier is going to tell you this. Oh, yeah, it's fine. It's just waiting to be processed. And boom, that day, something magically happens, so they might tell you that, oh, it's just sitting there in line, but I can tell you, calling carriers for pending business gets things moving. It is Monday. You want to get this stuff done by the end of the week, so get on it. We need 3 more unique riders. So if you haven't written yet this month, we're talking to you. If you're like, man, I really want to get some business going, talk with your upline, get this business submitted. And then we're 40% of our goal to 5.3 million submitted. We need 116,000 each week. The beautiful thing is we did 122,000. Our weekly average is just going up, that we are going to hit this goal. I can guarantee you that because of what y'all are doing. All right. Weekly meetings. We've got new agent activation tonight, 6 p.m. all about leads. Get on there. And if you're building, all of you amazing builders, get your people on there. Do not miss the national builders call. Do not miss the national call. It's a wonderful time to just recharge your battery. I'm reading right now, The Power of Full Engagement. Great book. The author of that book is actually going to speak at conference, and it just talks about rest. I love the Builders Call and National Call. It's a time for rest. It's a time for you recharging. Block that time out. You might think, Marty, I got interviews there. I got to try to squeeze this appointment in. I'm telling you, stop and rest. Take that hour and a half, eat some food, set up your laptop, your phone, whatever it is, go sit out back. Not if you're in Texas, you'll melt. It's way too hot. But if you're somewhere that's actually under 110 degrees, take that time. It's the middle of the week. It's an hour and a half. Listen in, get fed, try to get something out of it. I just want to encourage you guys on those. Friday, live dialing. Sundays, Danny's call. Always valuable things. And then don't forget, if you've got 4 people plus yourself coming to conference, you're invited a day, kind of an evening early to come to our condo and have happy hours and hors d'oeuvres. We're gonna have awards. We're gonna have some team building on Thursday. Get your conference ticket, punch it, get it done. I promise you don't want to miss this. Conference is one of those things that you might be tired of hearing it. I can tell you as leaders, it kind of gets a little repetitive, but we're going to stay as passionate about it because we know there's one more, right? And to sign up. And then after that person, we know there's one more person that needs to be there. It changed my entire perspective on what this business will do. It's changed every one of the leaders' entire perspective. You can ask every one of them, we come out of there more fired up than we thought was possible. We don't want you guys to miss it. It's a piece of this business that is so vital to putting you 6 months ahead in what you want to do. It's why we're passionate about it. It's why we want you there. It's why we want you to find a way. It's why we are going to talk about it up until probably the last day that we have a meeting before conference, because we want you to be there. We want to be there with you in this. So conference is important. All right. I don't have a guest speaker today, so y'all get to hear it from me. I was flipping through my notes, something that I had read back in October of 21. And I love reading. I love taking notes because it allows me to flip through and just go, man, what did I read? What did it say to me at that time? And I don't know if you guys know this. I always love saying this at boot camps, but it takes on average about 300 hours to write a book. Y'all know that? 300 hours to put into writing a book when it comes to writing, editing, all the different stuff, rewriting, doing chapter, 300 hours. On average, it takes us about 4 to 5 hours to read a book. And again, average, some of us might be a little bit quicker. I'm on the latter end. I'm like probably 5 to 6 hours because I read really slow and take notes. But guess what? I have in 1, 2, 3, 4 pages, maybe 5 pages of notes from a book that took 300 hours to write. It took me about 5 hours to read, and it takes me about 4 or 5 minutes to flip through my pages of notes. Think about how much information is being condensed down, condensed down, condensed down, condensed down. I'm a big advocate of reading, and I've become such a huge advocate of, or at least underline, at least highlight. Actually, I got a book from Chris Smith, Leadership Not by the Book. And he had highlighted in different colors and different things in there. And I love that because I got to see like what spoke to him, what sticks out, right? And so I always want you guys to encourage you in that. So here's something I read. The book is called Win the Day. It's by my man, Mark Batterson. And it's such simple principles. And it has a couple habits in here. I'm not going to go over all of them, but there's a couple things in here that I think are so important for, I don't care if you're a veteran here, or if you're brand new and you've never read a book before, if you haven't written an app, if you wrote your first app and it got declined, whatever it is that you're dealing with, I'm telling you, this stuff is so important. And I just want to give a couple quick highlights. So now it's 300 hours, 5 hours, couple pages of notes, to now I'm just going to give you highlights within the notes of condensed information. And so it's Win the Day, and it starts off with this. It's a quote by Sir William Osler. It says, "The load of tomorrow added to that of yesterday, carried to today, makes the strongest fail." And it's just this big habit about, and habit number 1 here they're talking about is bury yesterday's dead. And it is tough in this business. You know, it's like, oh, I got this app. I need to get this banking info. They rescheduled on me. I'm not at my goal. All the things. I got agents I got to help. All these things from yesterday we bring in today. That load carries over. And I love how it says here, it makes the strongest fail. And so it's what you carry from yesterday. It's what you think about for tomorrow that you're bringing into today that can make even the best of us fail. I don't care how good I think that I am. If I do that, I will absolutely fail. So what do? You bury yesterday's dead And I mean, you can't fix yesterday, right? There's nothing you can do about tomorrow. All you can do is focus on today. So habit number one, or excuse me, part number berries, yesterday's dead. The other part of this is kiss the wave. And I've talked about this to a lot of you before, but a lot of you have never heard this. And I love this because it says this is the obstacle is not the enemy, right? The people not showing up, getting hung up on a lead. Maybe it's an agent quitting on themselves. Maybe it's a chargeback. Maybe it's you're not, oh man, how about this? When you go write the app, you're like, not contracted in that state, or Foresters or F&G doesn't have me. They don't have me, don't have me set up in that state yet. I can't write the app, right? You name it. You always look at the obstacle is not the enemy. The obstacle is the way. And I love this because I'm a huge Star Wars fan. And it's always in The Mandalorian, but like, this is the way. And honestly, I know it's kind of cheesy. And if y'all know me, you know, I love Star Wars, but I really do believe the obstacle is the way. If you know where you're going. So I just want you to picture this really quick. You're walking down the street and you got your Google Maps out, you got your address, you know exactly where you're going. Like, you know 100%, this is where I'm going. This is it. And you take that turn and you run into a brick wall. Is that the way or not? Are you confident that this is the direction that you want to go, even though there's a brick wall in front of you? If I am 100% confident that this is the way that I want to go, right? I know that at the other side of that brick wall is exactly what I want. Maybe for me, it's like an ice cream cone, right? Klondike bar, that would do it for me. I'd run through a brick wall for a Klondike bar, right? But like in this business, if you really want freedom, if you really want those deposits in your account, if you want to make an impact, if you really want to get people protected, and you take that right-hand turn, you see a brick wall, what are you going to do? If you don't, man, maybe this is the wrong direction, and you see that brick wall, what are you going to do? You take that right-hand turn, boom, wall. Oh, that's the wrong way. Obstacle. Know where you're going. This is huge. And you're tested on this all the time. But like, do you really believe that you can do this? Do you really know where you're headed? Are you willing to do what it takes to get there? The obstacle is the way. It has to be hard or it won't be worth it. And so I love this. I'm telling you, when you hit a struggle, when you hit something that's super hard, if you can tell yourself this is the way, then you will find a way through that wall. You will find a way maybe around that wall, or maybe you will find someone that will help boost you over that wall. And by the way, that someone is your upline. That someone is an author in a book that maybe wrote that book 100 years ago, that they're going to go, hey, step on my shoulders. I got you. I'm going to get you over that wall. And guess what? There's another wall coming, and they're going to be there waiting for you. And I love the analogy here because Brian Delaney said, we get to build our businesses here on the shoulders of the giants that came before us. You know what that means? That means the tall wall, that 30-foot wall that came here before I got here, and it's only like a 15-foot wall for me because they figured out the first 15 feet of it. They've grown tall enough. I get to stand on their shoulders. I don't have to write a paper app. I didn't have to fax it in. I didn't have to do all these things and figure this out. They figured all that out for us. We get to stand on the shoulders of giants here. Stand on them, right? Get that boost. I guarantee you there's someone at the top of that wall that's got a hand reaching down to you going, grab my hand. I've got you because this is the way. But if you don't believe that, if you're trying this out going, well, let me see if this works for me. Let me see if that's the direction I want to go. Just think about that. You turn the corner, you see the wall, and you're not sure that's the direction you want to go. You will stop and go, whoop. That alleyway is a little scary. It's not well lit. I'm pretty sure a rat just crawled over my foot. This may not be the way. Well, guess what? It is, if you really know. And so I'm telling you, if you guys can write this down, and if you can put this in front of you and really believe it, Bo, the obstacle is the way. It's amazing. And there's a little sub thing in this that I wrote down from this book that I thought was so good. And it says, one person owns his pain while the other person is owned by it. It's not going to be easy to climb over this wall. There's going to be struggle here. And it's like, do you want to be owned by that pain or do you want to own it? Going, hey, this is mine. right? Because if you own that pain, climb over the wall and get a little bit better, the next obstacle, not going to be so hard. You're going to know where you're going. You're going to know how to get over that obstacle because you're going to have to sit back and go, man, I got to get better with this. And so I just want to encourage you guys with that is the obstacle is the way here. And it's going to be really hard. So think about this. If you're trying to climb over that wall, and you've got yesterday's baggage on your shoulders, and you're thinking about tomorrow's struggles on your shoulders, how much harder is it going to be to climb over that wall? Bury the dead. Do not let those things weigh you down today for the obstacles that you're going to have to get over. Because the struggle is the way and it's coming for you. Make yourself as light as possible. Read, personally develop, reach out to your upline. The help is there. So I want to leave you guys with that. I want to leave that encouragement. I want you to kind of get out, man. If you're sitting in your office today and it's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 o'clock, I've had all of those days, and you walk out and you feel smoked. I want you to say out loud to someone, I've got to get better. That's the answer. I want you to say to someone that like, this is the way. The struggle is necessary because I know where I'm going. I knew where I was going the moment I got here. I had good guidance. I had tons of people in Symmetry. We started reading, but do you know where you're going? And if you do, reach out, let us help you through, over, or around that wall. And on the other side of it is success. It's not going to be the ultimate success. There's a lot of walls ahead of you. But I promise you on the other side of struggle is success. So everybody reach out, reach up, know where you're going and believe it. And let's go kill this last week in June. Talk to y'all later. See you.